I gotta get one of those ring lights, I think.
Yeah.
Like a butthole ring.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about our personal lives, get into, why you don't have kids at this point.
Who was the first important person in your life to die? Stuff like that. Just, small.
Well, it is my dead dad's birthday, so good timing, everybody. So,
Oh, perfect.
Thanks.
Hey, we didn't even plan it.
I was awake this morning. Classic Rob Creany stuff. Mm-hmm.
Rob likes to go to wakes for people he doesn't know and just laugh through the eulogy like.
No, it wasn't.
This guy sucked.
Not like the most clever thing, but I found what the most effective eulogy heckle is just, yeah, right.
That's what she said.
I'm going to probably intro you talking about the first time I ever met you was when I had hair, sketch writing graduation, an unprofessional person who quit the show. Yeah, you learned like 5 sketches in 2 days.
Or like when Jan Hooks refused to appear on the episode of Saturday Night Live that Andrew Dice Clay was hosting. This was the person like, I'm not performing with Gary Pearson. He's a monster.
Yes.
Save it for the show. I'm very smart.
Hey! Welcome to co-host with Creany and the Gipper.
I am the Gipper, Gary
I am,
Peterson.
And I'm Gary Peterson. I'm Creany, Rob Crean. Thank you, everyone, for being here in the room. Thanks, everyone, for watching on the internet.
The live internet, we're on Facebook Live. As always, suggested donation for the show is $5 at Gipper 2020 on Venmo, so we can pay our wonderful performers, guests, and interviewers, cover the costs of our own. Rob, you look good. You look like a dad that was thrown out of a Little League game for yelling.
You're fucking blind! You're blind! I'm doing well. Did I start the show unpleasantly enough for everyone?
I think it's the typical note we like to strike is having you put your moods on others.
I love getting in a mood and then just putting it on someone else, you know what I mean? That's how I stay mellow and relaxed, you know?
Yeah, you want to just start doing whatever bit you're going to talk at me with?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, are you right? You're right to...
Yeah, just go ahead and do whatever this.
Got a sort of a weird vibe for a minute there. So being in quarantine, I've been thinking a lot that being in quarantine is kind of a lot like being an astronaut, because there's so many similarities. Like, for instance, you want to go outside, you got to put on all this stuff, and everyone, you can't breathe, and the sunlight might kill stuff. They're saying. Mm-hmm. And Gary.
Yeah.
Gary, what are you just looking at your phone?
I got some Candy Crush going on, but yeah, it's a good bit. I like that part that you did.
What's up with you?
I think you know.
No, I don't. What's going on? What's wrong?
Well, I discovered this week that I was being trolled, and through some digging, I found out that it was from you and your partner.
Oh, that.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't me. That was Heather.
It's nice of you to take blame.
It was
away from yourself.
Heather. It was Heather. It wasn't me.
It was technically me, but that's just because he needs help on the phone, so it's on my phone. But
I can't. I got a new phone, and my old one I could change it so that the letters got bigger, but I can't figure out how to. But it was all her that did it. So.
Well, I just don't think it's okay, and I think the viewers need to see a little bit of what we're talking about here with this fake Instagram account you made for me.
We didn't do it to upset you. We thought of it as a tribute.
I'm not upset. If I were upset, you would know that I was upset.
Okay, well, yeah, all right, great. Well,
so
let's take a look at it then.
Let's just.
Then neither am I. Then I'm glad we did it.
So just so we can see what's going on. for all of our guests here. So I call this slideshow "Why Would You Do This" by Gary Peterson.
Sure.
This is certainly a lot of questions arise. First of all, this is seems a little like body shaming.
Like, I think there's an important message in this one. You know, I mean, because why is it that the male nipple is not sexualized, but the female nipple is? And I think that was making an important. Heather was making an important point about that.
Well, yeah, Bob was really concerned about making the censored part big enough to cover both or all of the nipples.
Sure. I think, this face that you are portraying is certainly not an inviting face. Friendship is defined as not Rob and Heather, just so everybody knows.
Okay.
Webster's dictionary. I know that you think these images are funny, but and just to show that you guys are capable of a normal Instagram post. This is, I assume, post-coitus Rob.
It's thirsty work.
He's just a damp man.
Here's what I don't appreciate. This.
Why?
We're celebrating you.
We're celebrating you and the city that you love.
For me, it's I'm very sensitive about my eyes, my glasses. I was born.
What is your diagnosis?
I was born with diarrhea of the eyes, so it's hard to manage and see shapes, colors, or even hear things sometimes because of my vision. That seems like this is young me with hair next to the man I usually stand in for, Josh Gondelman, great writer.
Peabody Award.
I don't think this is a fun thing to post on Memorial Day. And tagging a lot of soldiers. It just to me, it seems insensitive. This is just a ripoff. Conan O'Brien's great show, and me and you, and then we would whoever that is that looks like
Mickey Rooney.
That's Mickey Rooney. Oh, I thought it was Ken Jennings.
No.
I was confused by that.
No, me plus you wouldn't equal someone smart.
That's fair. It's just somebody who would have played an Asian stereotype in Breakfast at Tiffany's. This takes away from a lot of the fundraising efforts that have gone on. Just a question. I want to know why you thought you should tag my very religious grandmother.
Well, because she's religious, but she's also a big Bon Jovi head.
Yeah. I thought it was Steven Tyler.
No.
I couldn't tell. And then you photoshopped the shirt on my grandmother, and I got 29,000. You can see 29,000 likes there at the bottom, which is the most I've ever had.
That's one of your favorite shirts, and it's just fun to see your favorite shirt on your own.
Mm-hmm. And then this one just seems a little like you're the taller, cooler one.
Yeah. What's the issue?
I just think that I would not be Pat Morita in Jay Leno's only acting role. And then this is, I had to block out my penis going to my head, but you can kind of see that this formless body of me sucking my own dick is, it just is upsetting.
That was a portrait I made for your birthday. I mean,
it's a compliment.
Yeah.
Compliment.
You know what? If you guys are truly sorry, it's business.
We're very
Very
sorry.
sorry.
Okay. That's fine.
We're really
So
sorry.
sorry.
We shouldn't have. It's not right. It's not right to
We love
impersonate anyone on the internet and bully them, and we are so.
I get it. It's just business.
Yeah, it's just business.
I hate to do this up at the top of the show, but you know, our numbers haven't been good. Venmo last week, we netted a negative $40.
You don't
People
have
did
to pay those people when they request money.
well. I mean, for what you did on the show, I feel like I had to reimburse them. So I hope you can understand that I brought in somebody that I think could be a better co-host to read as an audition. And he's an ex-boxer. Kid McGillicuddy actually has the most professional and unprofessional losses in any boxer's career. And I just thought he would be kind of perfect as reading for Rob. Kid, are you with us?
Hey, Gary, good to be here. Yeah, it's the kid. It's good to be here and not in Iraq, you know?
Kid, I texted you the script, the line read, some of Rob's famous catchphrases.
Oh, yeah.
Can we go through a few of those and
It's
just
gonna be wait, some of my famous catchphrases? Do I have
things that you
catchphrases?
typically say?
Okay.
Go ahead, kid. When you're ready, go ahead and take us through it.
Okay, let me just get in a character real quick. Hey, boy, my arm's tired from masturbating.
Okay, that's great.
Oh, I don't believe I've ever said that.
I have it recorded. I can show you it. These are exact quotes that I've taken from our past shows.
I've built up a lot of muscle in that particular area, and I almost never get tired anymore.
My homepage is tubegirl.com.
That's tubgirl.com.
Oh, okay, let me reread it.
Try it again.
My homepage is tubgirl.com.
That's better, much better. A lot more feeling in that one. Go ahead, kid. Why don't you hit us with the next couple in a row? Just kind of rapid fire.
I can't find my bindle.
All right, that one I have said.
Mm-hmm.
Baby coffins for sale.
That's from your old job, Rob. Do you remember?
When I was a baby coffin salesman.
Yeah, door to door.
Hey, so young lady, you'll be in high school in 3 years? That's cool.
I know I've never said that.
Look, I can show you the tape of you saying that. That's pretty great. And kid, do you got a couple final one for us?
Being in quarantine is like being an astronaut.
That is so good. That is dead on, kid. I thank you for taking some time to read through today. Expect a call tomorrow from us, okay?
So I got the job.
We'll be in touch. Let's just say that.
Do me a favor. Don't go to sleep tonight. I think you might have a concussion. So if you just make sure you can stay awake through the night.
Rob, I've got 67 concussions.
Yeah, don't go to sleep ever again.
Kid McGillicuddy, ladies and gentlemen. Rob, we've got a fantastic show.
We have a fantastic show. Let's get right to our first guest. We like to have comedians and artists on, but sometimes it's just fun to have someone that's got sort of a different perspective. So please welcome Modern Cave Woman.
Hi, thank me for having you. Me so excited, me grateful. Hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
we can hear you, Modern Cave Woman. You look great.
Can you hear me?
Can
you hear me?
Yes.
Hear me.
Those
Me so bad with this modern witchcraft. Me not even know what witchcraft is.
Oh, you got to check it out. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
So
what? Can you hear me? Speak into the witchcraft. Can you hear me?
Modern Cave Woman. How did you come to be in the modern world as a cave woman?
Well, me just wanted to catch up to all other modern women. There me was in me cave, painting a picture of antelope with me own feces, and me woke up one day thinking, me need make TikTok.
Wow.
Me need girl boss. Me need learn how to lose a toilet, and me getting better every day.
I need to just pause for a moment to apologize to Gary Peterson. All right, other people do paint with their own feces, so I was wrong.
I accept your apology and expect a new project in the mail.
Gary, you paint with feces. Okay, we have things in common. me think this date is going great.
This is a date?
It's finally happening, Gary.
Me thought maybe this. Me thought maybe this is how. Me think maybe baby. This how you make babies? Yes, make babies on a computer.
It's a good start for me. I mean, I've been looking for love in all the wrong places.
Me feeling ready for love. Me almost hit toilet earlier. So me getting better every day. Me opening myself up to love.
What do you find the most confusing about the modern world?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's make it. What do you find most confusing about the toilet?
Just arbitrary shape of toilet. Why can't me go as me walk? Me modern cave woman. Me have meetings. Me have things to do. Me just interrupt my day to go to special poop room to make thing in circle.
Wow.
Give me break.
Special Poop Room was also Rob's first band name.
That's humor. Me getting humor more and more. Me learn that funny man make good partner, I think.
Have you had past relationships at all? I mean, I know that you're coming into it.
Well, ask me ex-boyfriend how that relationship went.
Oh.
Hello? Put seat down in poop room. I tell you 1,000 times.
I've found pooping with the seat up is not so bad. I think the seats are too comfortable. It's too easy to sit in there for too long. We put it up.
Real talk, me get honest, me get vulnerable here. Me think seats in general too complex. Me think, all humans should be squatting or be dead. Other things, the yoga, the sitting, too much for woman brain, not shaped right anyway.
Is there anything about yoga that you do relate to as a cave woman?
The farting.
Wow.
Yep.
I love that your honesty is just here. It's just raw. I mean, I've been looking for somebody to just, kick my ass once a week with just the real shit.
And you have so much in common already. I mean, you both can't do yoga. You both often miss the toilet.
Who knew? Me start at the bottom. Now me with Gary. Still at bottom.
I think
Me practicing seduction tips such as hair flip.
Oh, that's really good.
it's very good.
Gary, can you do one of those?
Is that,
Try one with
Upside down hair flip. Good job.
Thank you. I think our perfect first date. I would love to meet for hot bean juice, also known as coffee, if you would prefer, sometime. And
Hot bean juice. Me thought that was a misunderstood sex move.
Yeah, hot bean juice really sounds like something you might miss the toilet with.
Nope.
Wow, me really thinking if Rob were available, me should be with Rob.
well,
Bad first
most
date.
people say that.
I hate you so much, Rob. Modern Cave Woman, I thank you for coming, and I can't wait to meet you finally in person. Is there a particular place you would like to meet that you'd be most comfortable in?
Oh, maybe dumpster behind Whole Foods. A lot of quinoa in there. Yeah, keep me fit.
Ancient grain.
Ancient grains for modern brains.
Modern Cave Woman, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, great.
That was fantastic.
Thank you so
I
much.
can't believe I found love on this episode.
You didn't.
Please welcome Christina Smarz, everybody.
Hi. I'm nervous being the second contestant on the dating show, Gary. I thought that it's hard to follow a cave woman, but I'm excited to be here. Bachelor Gary, if you were gonna make me into a craft microbrew, what would it be and how happy would I be?
I would make you into Steve Austin's Stone Cold Brew. which is former wrestler Stone Cold Steve Austin has opened his own microbrewery in El Segundo. And why I would choose that for you is because you've got a little bit of bite, and if I turn my back on you, I feel like I'd be bitten by a rattlesnake.
The Stone Cold Brew has very low ABV, so you can drink a lot of them, right? Alcohol by volume. I think it's 314. It's the
316.
316.
You fucking idiot.
Also, my favorite Bible verse. So, like, this is going to work out really well.
Yeah.
Any 316, Matthew, Mark, Peter, any of them.
Tim.
All of the 316s are good.
How many Bible verses do you bring up on the first date?
That's how you weed out the wackos.
Yeah.
If they've never heard of the Bible, I want nothing to do with them.
So many good books. Corinthians 1.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I just like the Proverbs.
I love a good proverb. What's your favorite proverb?
A bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. Jesus said that himself.
He also said, man, I hope this carpentry thing really takes off.
But
So
he was
horrible.
the shittiest carpenter that ever lived.
He said. He also said, "Don't go chasing waterfalls."
Partly because he changed them all to wine falls.
This is actually in the book of Timothy. If anybody names their kid after me, make sure they don't say it like my name.
I think one of the most beautiful things that Jesus ever said was when he called forth to Lazarus to come out of the crypt. Lazarus came out and they saw that he was alive again. And Jesus famously said, "Did I do that?"
And when the guy with leprosy called him over and said, "Hey, Jesus, pull my finger." And oh my God, they laughed about that one for a long time.
I want to bring up this week's sponsor is the Joel Osteen broadcast.
He was really good in The Sixth Sense. I liked him. And he was fantastic in that movie.
You see money through faith. I have no respect for anybody that charges for faith. Sorry.
Now, a boom comedy show, cool.
Yeah.
At Gipper 2020 on Venmo, so we can pay me and Rob. Do you remember where we first met, Christina? Do you remember those days?
I don't know the exact moment, but I remember.
I do. Oh, I do.
No, for real?
I believe it was a basement in Davis Square where Improv Boston would lease a performance space for the sketch class.
In the Social Security building?
Yeah, right next to Duncan's, which doesn't narrow it down in Somerville. We were putting on the student graduation show. Somebody had bailed last minute, and you stepped in, and you learned 5 sketches within 48 hours, and you were the funniest part of the show, bar none.
That is not true. I don't mean to disagree with you on our first date, but that's not something I do. But
you saved us. You saved the show.
Okay.
The sketch that I wrote was the time traveling breakup sketch, which the guy who read my sketch didn't learn any lines. I'm not mad about it still. It's been 13 years. Why would I still harbor that?
Where is he now?
Dead.
So many people are these days.
You doing okay?
No dry cough or anything?
Not when I'm on Zoom calls, no. I literally spent like the first 2 or 3 months by myself, and then realized how much I missed people. Like I kind of didn't think of it at all until I went to deliver. I did like a little COVID ferry drop off, and I was delivering some little care packages to people with the intention of just hanging them on doorknobs and then like sneaking away and texting them, "Go check your door." Yeah, isn't that nice? And one of my friends lives with 4 other women who are awesome people in Brookline or in Brighton. And I went to deliver it to their house, but they were walking out at the same time. And like all 5 of us like have masks on, and my body just took over. And I started like jumping up and down. It's like, "Oh my God, it's my bad, it's my bad." It was, I don't know what happened to me. And it was in that moment that I said, oh, maybe I miss people a little bit.
All of us on this show, I think, get used to performing and interacting as human beings. But we were around, like, with shows, an extra 70, 80, 100 people a night. that would praise and clap for you and stuff, and then that's suddenly gone.
Carry you out of the building on their shoulders.
Yeah.
People saying, you changed my life with your comedy,
Yeah.
you changed the system, you
Yeah.
ended racism. People
Yeah.
said stuff to me all the time.
My bad disease is gone.
You're not that short, people would shout at me.
Oh,
That was
That short.
they're not that short.
Rob's also sitting on a phone book right now. Me and you shared a couple jobs, not only working at Improv Boston, our once home, but the Kennedy Institute.
Yeah, you've been
which
following me for quite a few years.
oh boy, have I.
Who's this Kennedy guy you guys keep talking about?
Eunice,
So
she's Ted Kennedy killed a lady and then opened a center, and the
No.
center.
That's not how it works.
That's not the order. No,
Allegedly. He allegedly killed this lady.
that's
Some people do think that he killed a lady. Other people think that it was just negligent manslaughter. And, I mean, it was definitely one of the two.
Yeah, so
Say it. Oh, yeah, you work there. Sorry, we should shut up.
hold on. I just celebrated my 5th year anniversary at the Ted Kennedy Institute for the United States Senate. Gary, what are you buying me for my anniversary present?
a restored VW Beetle from 1972.
Another true Improv Boston story. So for the 2008 election, we did an all-night election show. We had this news program called Boston Newsnet that we would do live once a week. And we decided to do a full live show the year Obama was elected. And we wanted something sort of celebratory and patriotic. So I learned how to tap dance in 2 days. And Michelle McNulty and this woman, JC, ended up forming a group that I named Tapaquitic. And that still, I think, is one of my most prized comedic things ever. And in my mind, the three of us only do patriotic tap numbers. That's it.
That's what are the songs that go along with Tapaquitic?
Oh, you're a grand old flag. That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, stars and stripes forever goes over big.
Our final guest, Rob, are you ready?
Please welcome Will Luera.
Hi.
Live in a closet. You look good.
I am in my dressing room. I just had a live show.
Really?
Oh my
great.
goodness.
Yeah, you're in Florida, so you're doing live shows. How's that going?
It's going well, man. It's going well. I'm trying to be a good citizen, trying to be safe and all of that. But we're putting on live shows for very, very, very limited capacity. But it was a good show today.
How does it feel to be performing with the pressure of just maintaining social distance and
man, it's got us we had to. I know improv is all about being spontaneous and all that, but we had to do a lot of rehearsals just to deprogram ourselves from doing all the stupid shit that we normally do to try to make sure that we're staying safe.
Do you think social distancing will finally kill the scene where a guy gets a little too handsy?
Don't they call that the Gary Peterson?
It is. Thank you. I'm glad that you're an informed improv aficionado, Rob.
It goes for the dick every time.
The number of times that Gary tried to touch me during a class,
And
I
you
lost
were
count.
You're my teacher.
I was a teacher, and
I know.
it was inappropriate.
And
Object work. This is a phone. This isn't a phone, but definitely my dick is not a phone. Stop it, Gary.
every improv scene always ended with, "I'll never tell." I remember the first time I ever talked to Will Luera, I revealed how much of an idiot I was. Will, do you remember how stupid I am?
I remember they all blur together, Gary. They all blur together.
He just walked up to you and he was like, ring, ring.
I had applied to a scholarship at Improv Boston. It was meant for people that were pursuing a career in comedy. I was 18 at the time when I applied. I had no idea that that would never be achievable again after 2020. But
I warned you. I warned you, Gary.
You shook me with all your might, and you were like, "This will end."
2020, mark my words.
Everybody thought you were just a crazy old man. Turns out you're a soothsayer.
Was this at Carberry's? Do you remember that place? Do you remember that?
I love that place.
That place was on. I had so many meetings in that place.
Their food and coffee was bad, but I just liked the way the building looked.
Yeah, thank you. I always gave it 5 stars because of that. I'm sorry, Gary. Go ahead.
No, I'll get the story out. Don't worry. I called. You called me to award me a scholarship that essentially was you get 5 levels of improv at Improv Boston. Didn't have to pay a cent, and I didn't have a cent on me. And you were like, the value is I think like $2,500 or $3,000 or whatever it is.
10 grand.
10 grand.
And plus, once you took the class, you stole a bunch of stuff from the theater, so that's even more. You know.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. It's over 10 grand. Yeah, it's a very good point.
I was taken aback and truly touched, and I believe I said, "Can I just have the money?" And you said that's not how this works.
I you know what? I feel like you did ask me that.
I was hard up for cash at that point.
I remember thinking, this guy's really funny.
And all these years later, I still use some of the principles of the class.
Which ones have you thrown out, Gar?
I've thrown out Uncle Touchy. That's a character that I like to have appear in most of my improv scenes.
Can you just give us a little bit of Uncle Touchy?
Oh, what's going on in here? Ooh, I'll find out with my hands.
You were part of my level 1.
Uh-huh.
It was 12 students, and it was a rarity that all of you were men. Do you remember this?
Yes.
It was a full male class.
That is rare in improv to have a lot of men. That's so strange.
It's rare in stand-up too. Like really, like even though there's way more men that do stand-up, way more women take stand-up classes because just culturally, when women want to do something, they're just like, "How do I do this?" And men are just like, "I got this."
Yeah.
I remember it was mostly white men. And
Which was really rare.
That's so
that was
strange.
so rare. It was so rare.
I mean, I didn't see a problem with it. And
I remember you saying, this is the most diverse class I've ever been in.
This goes to show how good of a teacher Will is. And I don't know if Christina can relate after teaching Rob. The patience you have to have as a teacher when you're dealing with like people that are learning an art form as delicate as comedy, people's egos can get hurt. A gentleman who had taken the class spoke mainly Russian, Len.
Oh, Len. Yes. Okay.
So Len had an improv problem of he liked to talk more than like show. So if you were like drinking a glass, he would just be like, "Oh, good soda."
This is good soda.
Like that. And you gave him, I think, for maybe 6 times in a row the same note. Like, I think you're doing great. I think you're very funny. I want you to start this next scene, and I want you to show us. Just don't tell us. Just show us. And he was
that
like,
sounds like a Will Luera note if I ever heard one.
And he was like, just show. I got it. Okay. And you're like, your suggestion is wizard. And he started the scene like this. I am a wizard stirring a cauldron that is bubbling and bubbling. Look at it go as I pour my potions of Eye of Newt inside there. Oh no, a helicopter. And you were like, just stop the scene. But I think you were like, I think you're going the right direction. Just, keep doing what you're doing. This is like the sweetest man in the world.
You know what? Len is now a superstar in Russia.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just kidding.
Where can people see you and see your magic live?
I work at a theater called Florida Studio Theater in Sarasota, Florida. And it's one of the more sane parts of Florida.
Nice.
It's unclear. There's a lot of crazy down here, but we're one of the more sane areas, which I think is why we're it's still okay to have live theater because our percentages aren't too high. But a lot of people from the rest of the state are coming over towards us, so we're starting to be a little taking more precautions.
When you do an improv show, like whether you're touring and you're in some place that's not typical, do the suggestions get a little bizarre when you're like, I need a suggestion from the crowd, and they're like, birth certificate?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times there are things that are specific to an area. The areas that don't have a lot of theaters, when you get the more ridiculous, those are just like, dick dildo, a dick dildo. You know, you're like, okay. You know, you're like,
The number of people who you could tell have been looking forward to this improv show, they thought of their suggestion on Tuesday, just waiting. They're just waiting for you, and it's like, all right, what's the room that you go to in your house most often? Dildo, and it's like,
you're like, that didn't even answer the question.
Yeah, this is the moment they've been looking forward to for the last 4 days.
And they're looking around at each other, being like, that was me. I don't know if you saw that.
That was me.
Well, I don't have the improv experience that either of you have, but a thing that I always hate is when you ask for a suggestion and someone in the audience just shouts, quit, stop doing this. You don't have any talent. That is just.
And Rob, I want to apologize.
Yeah, when Rob took my class, that I would do that to him in class too. In the middle of a scene, I would just be like, quit.
And then, like, to his credit, he would do a scene about quitting, and it was very.
Those teachers that are like drill sergeants, like there's an accountant here who doesn't want to make this his life choice. Like, just get into the thing, enjoy the thing.
When you're teaching, amateurs, you have to kind of, you give notes based on what you think the person's ability is. You're not going to, if someone does a scene and everything's wrong, you just pick the thing that's the most wrong, and you're like, just that.
Yeah, and like, especially with improv classes, and like you mentioned, like the dude who's the accountant, like in Cambridge, we get a lot of the dudes who are like, oh, I'm an engineer and I work with computers all day. And so I came here to learn how to be more social. And I remember one student in particular who was very funny in his own right, but like he had no affectation whatsoever. And, part of improv is theatrical. There is like emoting sometimes. And this guy literally just couldn't do it. And like, be like, okay, like, let's just try and be sad. Let's see how your face will be sad. And he's like, okay. I was like, all right, so let's try happy. Yeah, there you go. I was like, maybe a little, like, try a little bit more happy. Like, what does that look like? He goes, this is what I look like when I'm happy. I was like, all right. And then like he pulled me aside after class. He goes, so like, how do you learn how to show emotions? And I was like,
Oof.
watch a movie, like, like look in a mirror once in a while and make faces, but I was like, some people literally just don't know how to show that. They can feel it, but it's like, it's not second nature to go like, oh, when I'm angry, like my brow furrows.
When I took your class, I remember you had us pair up and we had to mirror emotions at each other. And the woman I was paired up with, she just showed despair. And then I just had to like show it back to her, which is like a hard thing for me because I don't show a lot of them. I have like resting sad face. So I was like kind of sad, which is very frustrating. Like when I'm in a relationship, because when I get sadder, you can't tell. I was kind of sad, but so I had to just sort of like, I had to mirror just this pathos back at her. And it was extremely emotional. I was like, this is a 101 class.
I know.
Real emotions. It was great.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that maybe the four of us right now could try a short improv scene? Would that be possible? I have a suggestion that I've been working on this week.
Oh, here comes the dildo.
Yeah.
I've
thought of this since Tuesday.
I always love those suggestions that were like, the Antiquities Act. Like we know you have a fucking degree.
Right.
Like you don't need to bring this into it.
Did you want me to get a suggestion from Heather? Trip to the aquarium.
Okay.
Oh. Peter.
Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah.
I think you might want to use bigger bait.
You think it's the bait's the problem?
Yeah.
Well, what should I use for bait?
Maybe try fish this time.
They can get fish all they want. Why wouldn't they jump at the chance for a burger? When you go to Italy, you don't eat at McDonald's. You eat at an Italian place. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's just that it's my birthday, and I wanted, actually catch a fish this time, and I figured
Okay, all right. So fish. Where am I supposed to get fish? Oh, I know. I'll catch one with this burger.
If you want one of my fish, I got one right here, young lady.
That's a big fish.
Go ahead, take it. I got a bunch of them.
Thank you.
That's not that big. That's not that big.
It's huge. Peter, what have you caught? You've even lost your burger. The burger's not even on the hook anymore.
Well, yeah, see, it worked. The fish wanted it.
Peter, here's a fish for you.
It's not that big, but I'll try it.
Ooh, I got another one. Here we go. Ooh.
No, we're not. No, we would never fish in your aquarium. That would be certainly against regulations.
That's right. I am the spirit of this aquarium. And you are fishing inside of my aquarium. You, sir, put your fishing pole down. You are still actively fishing.
I haven't even caught anything.
I got kids to feed.
I am the spirit of the aquarium.
Spirit, how did you come to be the spirit of this aquarium?
Oh, you don't know?
No.
Tell him.
Everybody knows.
Tell me. Wait, how come no one's told me about this?
We can tell them together at the same time,
At the
Christina.
same time, we can? Yeah. All right. Ready? You start.
Ready? Once there was this New England aquarium, and everybody
went there.
But one day
there was terrible
problem.
Oh.
So they had a man come to clean the problems in the tank.
And then he died, and he said,
died.
No.
That's
right.
So please, why do you fish here?
It's not so much about catching the fish as much as it is about relaxing, you know? I find it meditative.
I'm angry.
Spirit, you have such a maintained goatee.
Thank you. My hope is that I have taught you not to be fish. Look at these fishes. Look at these beautiful fishes.
They are beautiful.
Peter, put your pole in that one. Put your pole in that one.
No.
Oh!
You hooked the spirit.
That's awesome, Spirit. It's my birthday. You can come to Legal Seafoods with us after. We're going to have margaritas.
Happy birthday, baby.
Thank you.
And scene. Look out, Netflix.
Middle Ditch and Swartz got nothing on us. Assholes.
We're like bottom ditching sorts.
I wish our team had more men on it, but this has been a fantastic show. And,
Smarz, wait a minute. Smarz did promise the complete history of our relationship.
Let's get into that.
Come on, Will. We got to leave people with some suspense.
This is good soda.
Will and I have known each other since 1994.
That's crazy. 26 years. Wow.
Yep.
Still crazy.
Yeah. Our kid has already graduated college.
Gary was barely bald in 1994.
Yeah.
It was a new time in our country known as the .com boom.
That's our relationship. That's it.
Yeah, we met each other in 94 and then never spoke again until this day.
Listen, you stay out of my way, you scumbag.
No.
As a college student, I've always admired Christina's acting abilities, and just her as an actress and as a person was something that I always looked up to. And I remember when she first came to Improv Boston, I was very intimidated by the fact that like someone that I had looked up to for so long was now auditioning into the company that I was running at the time. And to see her since then develop and become who she is has been amazing. And we have had our ups and downs. We've had our moments. But still, like, you know, I saw her in January, whenever I was in Boston that one time.
Mm-hmm.
And
That one time.
to still have that professional and personal connection, which I don't have with Rob, and I will never have with Gary.
Since I've known Will, he's been sort of a jack of all trades and kind of a visionary. Like he just knows his stuff, and his enthusiasm and his love for doing what he's doing and his way of bringing people together is unparalleled. So it's a really cool thing. When we all sort of started doing comedy and improv, in the late 90s and whatnot, it wasn't really a career path. We all had multiple jobs and this, that, and the other thing. And so I've loved watching Will grow and be able to influence literally people around the world to sort of match on and jump into the vision and the positivity that really can be building stuff together. And I think that's just the coolest thing. So
you guys, that's sweet. I think Rob and I need to pay each other compliments to end this show. I think you've shown us what a compliment looks like, and I'll do my best.
I'll start. Watching Gary develop as a comedian. Obviously I was seeing a lot of other comedians who had so much talent, and it was just inspiring to see someone who didn't have that still go for it, you rarely ever see anyone get knocked down that many times and keep getting back on the horse and changing nothing, not ever learning from a single failure.
Yeah,
it really takes a commitment, and none of his allegations have ever been proven, and I think that's testament to who he is as a person.
I appreciate that, Rob, and let me return the compliment. I think that a lot of people know Rob really well, and I've been working alongside this man a long time, and it's been inspiring, enlightening on what to do and what not to do. And I think a lot of light is about to be shed on how you conduct yourself. And let's just say, look out, R. Kelly. There's a new person in town. That's going to be the show. I think that's.
I didn't want to bring it up, but I am going to start doing music too. So
that's what I meant. Some of it.
It's pretty good. You guys can really like it.
The Paul Schaefer to my Letterman.
That's crazy stuff, Gary. Yeah, it's great.
Venmo at Gipper 2020 so we can pay these fine folks so they can clothe and eat. No, you don't have to. The people at home, Christina. At Gipper 2020, $5 suggested donation so we can pay these fine folks. Christina just sent me a request for $4,000 on Venmo. Okay. And thanks,
I guess.
Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. You look like a guy that got kicked out of a yacht club for being too handsy.
I don't leave the house anymore. I'm not wearing pants.
You look like a kid who willingly gives away his lunch money. You're just like,
hello, gentlemen. It occurs to me that I am still in possession of my lunch money, so I thought there might be some sort of accounting error. You guys are such great improvisers, and boy, but we could still drag a scene down.
Oh God. No.
Speak for yourself. I crushed.
Oh no,
Jesus.
I loved my choices.
This is comedy now. Comedy has to be this. It's a living, breathing art form.
What are we doing with our lives? Oh man.